Steelers Nation, it's finally happening. Can you believe it? DK Metcalf is officially a Pittsburgh Steeler. I'm pacing my living room, rocking my black and gold jersey, soaking in this incredible news like a cold Iron City beer on a scorching day. When the new league year kicked off, the Steelers wasted no time. They went out and snatched one of the NFL's top wide receivers from Seattle and locked him down with a 5-year deal. I'm grinning ear to ear like I just scored free tickets to a playoff game. Let's break this down. The Seahawks are getting our 2025 second-round pick, number 52 overall, and a 7th rounder, number 223. In return, we get DK and a 6th-round pick, number 185. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, giving up a 2nd-rounder feels a little steep. But listen, this isn't just some random receiver. This is DK Metcalf. The guy is a freak of nature. Over his 6 years in Seattle, he tallied 438 receptions, 6,324 yards, and 48 touchdowns in 97 games. Just last season, he racked up 992 yards and 5 touchdowns on 66 catches in 15 games. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. That's the kind of weapon we've been craving in Pittsburgh for ages. I still remember when the trade rumors first started circulating right before free agency. I was scrolling through X, sipping my coffee, and I nearly choked when I saw the news. The whole NFL was buzzing, and rightfully so. We've been dreaming of adding a top-tier receiver. Remember last summer when we were hyped about possibly getting Brandon Ayuk from the 49ers? I was hitting refresh every 5 minutes, hoping for updates, but he stayed put with a hefty $12 million deal. It stung. But now, this feels like redemption. DK Metcalf is in the Steel City. It's like the football gods finally answered our prayers. Just imagine DK lining up next to George Pickens. Holy cow, that's a duo that's going to give defensive coordinators nightmares. I've been a Pickens fan from day one. The guy's got hands like glue, and that fiery attitude that we Steelers fans love. But with his rookie contract winding down next season, there's been some chatter about what the future holds for him. I hope he sticks around, because him and DK together, that's a highlight reel waiting to happen. Imagine whoever is slinging the ball dropping dimes to these two. I'm already picturing deep bombs and sideline toe tappers at Heinz Field. Speaking of quarterbacks, that's the one thing keeping me up at night. Aaron Rodgers still hasn't made up his mind, and I'm here praying he picks Pittsburgh. The Giants and Vikings are sniffing around too. If he goes elsewhere, it's going to be another round of pacing and fretting. On the bright side, we did bring back Mason Rudolph on a 2-year, $8 million deal after his stint with the Titans in 2024. I'm cool with that. The local guy knows the system, and we could do a lot worse. But if Rodgers doesn't land here, we might need another option to pair with Mason. Maybe Kenny Pickett gets another shot, or we swing big next offseason. Either way, I trust Coach Tomlin to figure it out. He always does. Back to DK, though. This move is a statement. For years, we've been grinding it out with tough defense and a run-first mentality. And I love that about the Steelers. It's who we are, but adding a weapon like DK takes us to another level. I can already see him barreling through defenders in that black and gold jersey, number whatever he chooses, shining under the lights. And that 5-year extension? We're not just renting him. He's ours for the long haul. I'm fired up, thinking about the energy he's going to bring to the locker room, the way he's going to light up the crowd. I've been a Steelers fan through thick and thin, Super Bowl highs and those tough rebuilding years. And this feels like one of those moments that could change everything. I keep replaying his highlights from Seattle, his speed, his size, those contested catches. He's built different, and now he's ours. I can't wait to see him tearing it up in Latrobe at training camp. I might even make the trip out there myself to tailgate with some beers and wave my terrible towel like it's my job. This trade has me feeling like a kid again, counting down the days to kickoff. September can't come fast enough. And now, more news to chew on. Mason Rudolph is coming back to Pittsburgh. I was lounging on my couch when I saw the ESPN alert Thursday night. I couldn't help but shout a little, "Here we go," right in my living room. Our third-round pick from 2018, the guy we traded up to grab, is back in black and gold after a year with the Titans. It feels good to have a familiar face in the quarterback room again. Mason signing gives us a solid veteran option as we continue to wait for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision. I'm still hoping he picks Pittsburgh. Imagine Rodgers slinging it to DK and Pickens. But if that doesn't happen, I'm fine with Mason stepping in. The guy's been through the grind here. Remember in 2023 when Mason stepped in during crunch time and led us to the playoffs? I was in the stands at one of those games, freezing my tail off, waving my towel like crazy, and Mason delivered. He's got that clutch gene, and I love that about him. Now I know his time with the Titans in 2024 wasn't exactly spectacular. 1-4 in 5 starts, stepping in for an injured quarterback. But hey, he was in a tough spot. He still posted decent numbers, 63.7% completion, 1,530 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 9 picks. Not perfect, but the guy's got experience. And at 29, he's got plenty left in the tank. In his career with the Steelers, he's 8-4 as a starter, with 4,615 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 20 picks. It's not superstar stuff, but it's reliable, and around here, reliable wins games. What I love most about this move is the timing. We grabbed Mason before Justin Fields signed with the Jets on a 2-year deal. I liked Fields, thought he had some grit, but I get it. He wanted a fresh start. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson is still meeting with the Browns and Giants, and I'm over here like, come on, Russ, stay with us. But for now, bringing Mason back feels like a safety net. We also signed Skylar Thompson on a futures deal, that kid from the Dolphins. Not sure what he'll turn into, but he's another arm in the mix. The point is, we're not just sitting around waiting for Rodgers to make up his mind. Coach Tomlin and the front office are making moves, and I'm all for it. Thinking back to when we drafted Mason in 2018, we traded up 3 spots with the Seahawks. Ironic, right? And grabbed him at 76 overall, the 6th quarterback off the board that year. I remember some people grumbling about it, but I was pumped. A local kid from South Carolina, with a big arm and big dreams. He's had his ups and downs, no doubt, but he's a Steeler through and through. I still remember him in 2023, cool as a cucumber, hitting on Deontay Johnson on clutch 3rd downs. Mason might not be the long-term answer. Heck, maybe Rodgers swoops in and takes the reins. But for now, I trust him to hold it down. And with DK in the fold, Mason's got a cannon, and Metcalf is the kind of receiver who can turn any decent throw into a game-changing play. I'm already imagining deep shots down the sideline, DK outrunning a poor corner while I'm screaming my head off from section 5-3-2. Add Pickens into that mix, and we've got a passing game that could actually scare some people. Our defense is still going to hit like a freight train. Don't worry about that. But now, we've got some serious juice on offense too. I'm telling you, 2025 is going to be wild. So Steelers Nation, Mason Rudolph is back, and I'm feeling